Hi, just wanted to show you a bass that I've got back in for service. This is one that I built about, I suppose 7 or 8 years ago originally. It's had a couple of alterations made to it, and for me it was a bit of a lesson in really understanding your customer. You can see it's basically a jazz bass shape, but this section here has been altered and brought forward, and that was because the player wanted to get this angle so that when the thing sat naturally it would sit a slightly lifted angle, not flat, and that was to do with the way that he likes to work his left hand. And also he's a pick player, which is something maybe that I hadn't really thought of, and this is where we got into making some alterations to the bass after it was finished, because originally it had 24 frets and it was right, there was frets raised up to here, and I ended up cutting that part of the fretboard away because it was actually in the way of the pick. When he was playing further forward, he found he was striking it, so we ended up taking some of it away. But apart from that, it's still one of my favourite bass builds that I've ever done here, because I really just love this shape. And the other thing I really like as well is this long tenor neck joint, even on a bolt-on, and it creates a lot of sustain because there's a nice solid contact there. Seems to almost operate not quite like a neck through, but it's that kind of got that consistency to it, and the sustain is very good. The other thing I did to this, which I tend to do a lot to bass builds, I don't know whether you can see this very well on here, the headstock is actually tilted backwards, not at a very great angle, but enough that I don't need any string guides on the headstock. So the headstock is sort of uncluttered by such things, which I really like. But apart from that, yeah, it's a pretty standard jazz bass in every other way, apart from the fact obviously there's no scratch plates or anything, it's all laid in from the back. It's made of ash and maple, and it sounds like a jazz bass. So the bridge pickup's got that nice sharpness to it. The neck pickup on its own is quite direct, but not quite as punchy maybe as a P. And together they have that nice hollowness. So yeah, there you have it. It's one of my favourite basses, and it came in this time just because it started to sprout a little bit, and just needed a little bit of work on the frets, just at the edge of the neck, where the neck has shrunk a little bit over the years, being in a nice warm centrally heated house most of the time. But apart from that, I didn't really have to do a great deal to it. Quarter turn on the neck, I think that's the most adjustment it's had in the last 3 or 4 years. A little bit of playing with the bridge, and that was about it. Anyway, there you have it, the JT1 jazzish kind of thing. Thanks for watching.